Hi guys, Maikeru here. This is Sir Camelock, my Xtreme one chunk ironman. And in the last episode I managed to stock up over 300,000 nature runes and make a good start onto 99 smithing with iron bars, obtaining level 90 so far. Now it's time to spend the next around 600 hours mining and smithing to push my smithing to 99. Then it will be finally time to roll a new chunk. I haven't rolled a new chunk for 11 months, so I'm very excited but also very nervous as I could get a really big useful chunk like the Ranging Guild. That will give me the Ava's Device passive from the 99 range cape, but I'm also equally as likely to roll the Karamja Volcano, Tavali Dungeon, or a 90 agility grind, which would be a lot worse. So without further ado, let's get going. Continuing where we left off last episode, there is 90 smithing. Let's keep powering through these levels. I think I've got about 600 hours of mining and smithing left before I can chunk roll. Dude, I have super compost, no secateurs, nothing, and I got 16 Taramin from that one harvest. That is the biggest harvest I've ever had. I just had a frog random, and I figured I'd show you guys my frog tokens in the bank. We now have 84. Whenever we get to Varrock, I'm going to be a very happy boy with those XP lamps. Maybe in a few years. I had a goated comment on my last video from Arrow Tashi saying that the RD deposit box could be less of a run. I checked the Witchhaven docks, but I didn't check the RD docks for a deposit box with the release of Sailing. So it's time to test if this deposit box in RD is in fact quicker than the bank. Just by eyeballing it, it should be a considerable amount quicker, and even if it saves me like 5 seconds a run there and back, that will add to so much in the long run because I've still got to mine nearly 200,000 iron ore. I did a bit of calculating. It was around 65 squares to and from the deposit box, but it was 82 squares to and from the bank. That means I'm saving around 34 squares of travel time, both there and back, saving 17 squares each way. That is actually 24% faster in terms of my travel time, and not only is it 24% faster, it means my run energy will last longer because I have to run with the ores for less time, etc. It's actually really good. This should increase my experience an hour by actually a dramatic amount. So I'm going to keep testing and take a look at my XP. There's 91 mining though while testing the XP rates. I've gone from 650 bars an hour to 740. That's 90 more, which is a 14% increase in bars per hour, which is absolutely absurd, honestly. I have 180,000 iron bars left to smith. I would save 34 hours to take my grind down from 277 to 243 hours. That's actually a huge discovery, and it's all because of one comment on my video. That is crazy. I am so happy with this. It saves me 34 hours, dude, just for a deposit box from Sailing. Oh, that's great. The rest of this mining grind will be lovely. With this mine random event, putting the lamp into Slayer, there is 55 just with lamps. I can now kill Turoths if I ever get the Frenetic Slayer dungeon. That'd be cool. The first 99 of this video is right here. 99 magic. That is so satisfying. All those hours at the nature rune chest are now worth it, honestly. This grind has given me a lot of byproduct XP alongside smithing. Just like this magic XP. It's really good. 91 smithing right there. That means I can now make rune crossbow limbs. So with these limbs, that is a rune crossbow incoming. My best in slot range weapon for sure. I just had to kill a cow to get the raw beef to then use on a range to make sinew, which obviously can be then turned into crossbow string. Making the crossbow string in Witchhaven and stringing the crossbow here does count for half of the diary task, but the rest of the diary task needs to be done in Yanil, and I don't have Yanil, like the anvil and the yew tree there, but when I unlock that, that will complete this diary task at least. But I have a rune crossbow regardless. I am super stoked. One little discovery of opening this door, instead of running around this house to the deposit box, is actually speeding me up even more. It's not as significant as the run to the bank, but it does save a few squares of run every single trip, and the door stays open for many trips in a row. Kinda cool. Just min-maxing this grind has been really fun. But with the min-maxing done, it's time to lock in some big boy levels. It's now 2026 and I've got some health goals to work towards this year. One thing that's helping me kick off the new year is AG1. AG1 fills in nutrient gaps and helps promote a healthy start to 2026. With just one scoop, it will support my immune defense, energy, and even digestive system. AG1 is definitely one of the easiest New Year's resolutions to maintain. Starting off my mornings with it is so simple but also so impactful. I've definitely felt like I've had more energy when incorporating AG1 into my diet, with 75 plus ingredients including 5 prebiotics. AG1 then replaces the need for multivitamins, probiotics and more, and it just combines it all into just one scoop instead of loads and loads of tablets that you have to take every day. Thank you AG1 for sponsoring this video. Through my link you can get free AG1 travel packs and free AGZ travel packs, plus free vitamin D3 plus K2 and an AG1 welcome kit with your first AG1 subscription order. There's no best time to take AG1, but now is as good of time as any to start. Now let's get back to the chunking. Stocking up on herb seeds for my farm runs. There is 98 thieving, one level away from 99 in this as well. I don't think I'll be getting 99 thieving this episode, but you know, next episode while stocking up herb seeds and stuff, maybe I'll get it then. Another great byproduct of the chest grind was I got so many thieving levels. Also, by my banked XP plugin, if we're not counting secondaries and counting the potions that are the easiest for me to make, which I already have a lot of secondaries for, but obviously not all of them, I have 80 herb lore banked, which is actually really cool. That's a really good kickstart to my 99 herb lore grind if I do end up rolling Tavali eventually. I'm only 2 rolls away, so there's definitely a possibility. And that's why I'm stocking up as much as I can right now. Honestly, I've been so heavily addicted to this account, pushing towards the chunk roll. Look at my XP gain for the day. I have done many 14-hour days recently, just grinding it out, putting all my time into it while I'm not busy IRL. And it feels satisfying when you end the day with over 300k mining XP and 140k smithing XP just from superheating, not counting all of the stuff in my bank, right? It feels good, man. It really does. I found a dragon imp at the RD mine and I'm going to catch it and see what I get. Honestly, the dragon darts could be useful for the future. I don't know how viable they are at stuff like Zuck healers and things, but who knows? I'm going to keep them, and that's kind of cool. I don't mind getting those. 95 mining coming in. That means there's only 3 more mining levels left, because once I'm 98 mining, I pretty much have 99 smithing. These nature runes symbolize how much I have left to mine, so it's so nice seeing that go down every single hit of a rock. I'm keeping my mining and my smithing even. There is 95 smithing coming in as well. This has been really quick for you guys, but yeah, just 90 to 95 has taken a long time already. I finally got a maze random. I haven't seen one of these in so long. Let's run it and hopefully get some coal from it, because that would help for the Addy ore. 88 coal, love to see it. Thank you, wise old man. It had literally been like a month since I'd seen a maze random. I saw on my mini-map that there was a bunch of red dots in the pub, and I had no idea why someone was killing men and women until I headed over there and I saw that it was Hannibal. Good old Sir Supreme massacring men and women for fishing bait. 96 mining, 96 smithing. I can actually taste the end in sight. Oh. One thing I have been doing when smithing is I'm doing it on a forestry world, so I'm pruning these entlins whenever I see them spawn because it gives you a guaranteed nest with a god egg in it. I don't know whether I would class the good old evil chicken outfit as a meme grind or not, but just going by like some napkin math, it's like a 1.5 hour grind and it would like halt everything else. So if I can get as much done for it while doing other things at the same time, at least it doesn't halt anything and I can maybe go into that chunk eventually with a bunch of eggs. They are so long to get though, so we'll see. There is 97 smithing. I'm over 10 million experience now, and obviously every level from now on is over 1 million XP, so it's quite painful just to get one level, but I'm only 2 levels away, so let's power through, shall we? What a crazy byproduct. I got 99 magic in this episode probably like 5-10 minutes ago for you guys, but now I've got 20 million experience in magic. If that doesn't really put into perspective how much has gone into these clips, then I don't know what does. That is 7 million magic XP since 99. Ooh. Got myself 97 mining as well. 1 level to go. Doing my farm runs whenever I can. 85 farming. I can now grow toadstools and go into the high tier farming guild. Obviously, I could already grow toadstools with the +3 boost of the pie, but still really cool to get that level. Dude, I'm under 10k nature runes left. The end is in sight. That's like 15 hours, man. Let's go. 98 mining. And only about 10 more hours of nature runes to use. Although I will do a little bit of addy. And I'll make some addy bolts alongside it. So maybe it's slightly more than 10 hours if we include the coal gathering for the addy. Tick manipping this coal to make addy bars is pretty decent. But I'm not going to make too many of them. The biggest reason is I'm bottlenecked by blood runes for ruby bolts enchants and lore runes for diamond bolt enchants. I have tons of cosmic runes, but I just don't have enough of the other runes to enchant them. And I don't have a rune store or anything like that, right? So I'd have to go to Puro to get them, which is not fun. So I'm just going to make probably a few thousand addy bolts, and then I'll be able to make them into diamonds and rubies. One thing that I will probably do is save all my coal from future maze randoms, or come back here another time to make myth bolts. And I can sapphire enchant for prayer gain, which is kind of good for stuff like Jad runs. So that's also a potential for the future. Make some sapphire bolts E, which require even less coal. So yeah, I'm just going to make a few. I'm not going to do too many. It is really nice making these addy bolts though. Seeing 63 XP every single time and being able to AFK a full inventory is really nice. The biggest gripe that I have with smithing is that I make 5 plate bodies and then I have to bank again. So it's like barely AFK at all. And it's also not active, so it's fairly boring. The smithing part was honestly worse than the mining part for me, because at least mining is fully active and it stimulates my brain. Smithing is kind of tragic. I had some rune bars as well from Puro, so I'm going to make some rune bolts alongside the addy bolts. I don't know whether I'll tip those, but I just want to make some rune bolts in general anyway. I could potentially make them into dragonstone bolts E, which is cool. 98 smithing, guys! 1 level to go. Dude, I probably sound happy, and you can probably tell how excited I am to finally get rolling again. But yeah, it's going to be nearly 3,000 hours to get this 99 smithing. That's crazy, man. Dude, look at this. All these people here with Retribution on, an update just happened, and I'm guessing the star in this world disappeared, so when people logged back in, they didn't have their star to mine. Dude, I just want to go mine my iron, so don't mind me. I'm heading over here for my last 2,000 iron bars. It's funny. Here we are. The last few iron bars. I just need 20 in this inventory, and we are ready to just smith the rest for 99. I ended with over 22 million magic experience as well, which is kind of cool. 24,000 iron bars in the bank to smith, and then I am 99. The victory lap. 5 more plate bodies and we are 99 smithing. I'm like so nervous to roll soon, but I'm also so relieved that this is finally done. 1 more body, and that is 99. There we go. 3,000 hours later, we managed to get 99 smithing. We can't claim the cape, sadly, but we can make the rune plate body, so let's go get the rune bars. I spent 3,000 hours to make an item that I can't even wear. There it is. Dragon Slayer 1 needs to be completed, which is probably never going to happen, but it's been made. I will show you my bank and everything that I made during this 99 smithing grind. I managed to get 64,000 iron plate bodies, 56 steel, 216 myth, over 4,000 addy bolts and nearly 2k rune bolts, a rune crossbow as the first one of my unlocks, a rune axe and mace as well as more best in slot unlocks, and 104,000 iron knives, which I made right at the start of this grind, which feels like a lifetime ago because it is. And that is definitely going to be useful for the future if I have any low HP mobs to kill. But not only did I get all of these cool items, I managed to get a ton of levels as byproducts of the smithing grind. Obviously, I got 99 magic, way over that now at 22 mil XP. I got 98 thieving, which will be 99 soon enough, I'm sure. And of course, 98 mining as well. And even things like 85 farming alongside the 80 herb lore banked in those herb runs is really nice. And I've got a bunch of gems banked for crafting in the future as well. I have like level 67 or 68 banked as well. But one thing that's really surprised me is in all this time, I did not get the mining pet. I mined over 320,000 iron ores and thousands of coal, and I still did not get the pet. I did spoon my other pets on this account, so it's whatever, but could you imagine if I was a Supreme account and I still had to do mining? That'd be crazy.
You bloody chicken.
Hannibal, your 11-year heron grind is exactly why I am not a Supreme.
Well, if it's going to be like that, I might just bloody backlog it then, shall I?
Alright, I'm going to give a little rundown on my chunks because it's been a while since we've rolled. I have color coordinated my map. Obviously, red, bad, green, good. I have these 9 chunks here in the mainland, and then I also have 2 chunks that I can roll over in Zaya. I can roll both Land's End and Port Biscarelius. But with Limpwart's rule set, if I roll one of them, I can then walk to the other. And if you can walk to a tile, then you cannot roll it with any transport system. You can only roll it when the transport system is the only way to get there. Once I roll one of these, the other one is redundant. So I would much rather roll Land's End because then the woodcutting guild is close by and I could potentially have a proper construction grind with planks and a sawmill, which would be really cool. Back to the mainland though, as you can see, there is a bunch of green chunks. All of these green chunks are nothing except for the one that's marked with a quest icon. That is the murder mystery quest at Sinclair's mansion. A very, very easy 10-minute quest, and I'd be rolling again, though. In terms of the yellow chunks, there is the Ranging Guild, which is the chunk I want the most because it gives me an Avers accumulator in the 99 range cape, which would be so beneficial for other chunks in the future. But it does also give me an 84 crafting grind with Black Dragonhide. The other chunk with number 7 with the crafting on it as well is a furnace. I have charter ships unlocked, which gives me the materials needed for molten glass. I just need a furnace to actually make the molten glass, so number 7 would give me a furnace, and then I would have an 87 crafting grind here, using those supplies from the charter ships to make molten glass and blow into whatever until I can make the level 87 light orb. In terms of the orange ones, the skull on number 5 is Taverley Dungeon. I've already got the Hellhound drop with the Smouldering Stone, so I wouldn't need to get that because I got that in Witch Haven. But I would need to go ahead and get a Visage from Black Dragons, which would take a while. Nothing too crazy, but it would still be a fairly long grind, which is why it's in orange. The other orange on number 6 has the agility icon because it gives me an agility shortcut. The agility shortcut would then unlock agility for me because all of my agility levels so far have just been from lamps. With agility unlocked, I would then need to get the level for RD Rooftop, which would be 85 plus 5 with a Summer Pie. At least I have Sears Village rooftops for this though, so it wouldn't be too terrible. And finally, last but certainly not least, the one in red, you all know it, it's the volcano on Karumja. This would unlock Jad and Zuck and a bunch of other grinds like Obsidian Collection Log, etc. I don't even know if I'd be able to do Zuck with my current gear setup. I'd give it a try, but would see how it goes. So I really don't want to roll this because it's a very, very scary one. I don't even want to think about it, honestly. So we're ignoring number 9. And that's it. That's the rolls that I can do. So without further ado, let's go to live Maikeru and see what we get. Please give me the Ranging Guild. So we're gonna have to press pick a chunk and hope for the best, dude. This is irreversible, okay? Give me something good. It's the chunk I wanted the least, actually. It's a nothing chunk. It literally gives me the tiniest bit of White Wolf Mountain right here. That is it. Just this tiny bit of White Wolf Mountain. I guess we'll head over there to get some corner content, but we can't roll this one. So now we're down to 10 rolls, which means we have a 10% chance to get the Inferno now. It's increased the odds. It's not good. What a good roll, guys. This is what I unlocked. I unlocked the Max Cape Island that I cannot access because I don't have Taverley Dungeon chunk. Let's unlock this. And we've got some corner content here. We can stare off longingly into the Max Cape Island with Mac on it. I need this chunk, Taverley Dungeon, to then run all the way around. So yeah, I need these 3 chunks. Quizmaster, while exploring the chunk. Give me Stout Baguette. An old boot, okay. Just seeing a giant square that's dark is so odd. It hurts my OCD for sure, but just means we've got to roll Sinclair Mansion next, right? Let's do it. Now I've got the anxiety all over again. Oh, man. All right, give me chunk 3, please. Go again. I'm so scared to press this button. Please. Give me something good. Yes! We got the Ranging Guild! Finally, we got spared and we got a spoon roll. Man, the amount of terrible grinds I've done on this account to finally get what I wanted. That's crazy. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm actually so happy with that one. Here it is, the Ranging Guild. The thing I really wanted has been unlocked. I am so happy. Genuinely so happy. Before we get into the new chunk with the Ranging Guild, I just want to talk about the few tasks that I do have here. The first and the best one for me is the 99 range cape. The reason why this is so good is because it works as an Avers accumulator, saving my ammunition and also meaning that I don't have to pick up any of it on top of that. Not only will this make my ammunition go way further, it also means that I won't have to pick it up if I end up rolling something like Taverley Dungeon or the dreaded Volcano when I'm doing Jad runs or anything like that. I'll have this cape on, saving me so much of my bolts, leading to less time making them, and obviously no time picking them up, which is my favourite part. This was my dream chunk just for this one item. Alongside that, we do have a decent sized grind in crafting a black dragonhide body. There is a tanner here, and that tanner has now unlocked the ability for me to use the black dragonhide that I have sitting in my bank. 84 crafting is quite a long one. It will take me about 200 hours or so with my current crafting methods, I think. But it's still a fine grind to have, and it gives me unlimited black dragonhide armor. It's so worth it. Then there's a few very easy tasks, the first one being continuing the fishing contest quest up to step 3. I believe if I roll north, I can actually fully complete the fishing contest quest, which is kind of cool. That will then allow me to have the underground pass through White Wolf Mountain, which would be kind of cool. I need to enter the Ranging Guild, which obviously I have the range level 4 for a diary task. And the second diary task I have is picklocking the Hemister chest, which is just opposite the Ranging Guild, which requires 47 thieving, which obviously I have as well. And then the last little bonus item that I can get is the Boots of Lightness. It's best in slot weight reduction, and it actually will come in quite handy for some future grinds probably. So I'm quite happy getting this until I can get something like Graceful. With that out of the way, let's get into the chunk, shall we? The Ranging Cape right there? I am rocking that the whole time now, dude. That's so good. I am genuinely ecstatic. Gonna cover my bald head as well. Look at that. Right, we're armed with a lockpick, 5 steel arrow tips, and 20 coins. Kandarin achievement diary right there. We slice through this web. Boots of Lightness. What does that even reduce my weight by? -5? That's crazy good. That's actually going to be really helpful for grinds where I'm like running back and forth. It would have been lovely for the smithing and mining grind, but you know, it's done. It's in the past. We move on. Boots of Lightness is great. I'm happy with that. Oh, I'm also getting steel arrows from my accumulator from the Ranging Cape. That's so funny. Like, if I do a grind that's like 200 hours long and I just wear this cape the whole time, I've got loads of steel arrows. Not that I need arrows, it's still cool. I wanted to try my different crafting methods out and see just how good they were. I need to get just under 3 million crafting experience, so we're looking at a decently sized grind. These stalls in Ardy are about 13 to 15k experience an hour, so they're very, very slow. The reason why they're so slow is because sometimes you just can't hop. You try and hop and you'll always get hit by that guard just as you're about to hop, and then you have to wait to get out of combat. It's just really frustrating in that regards. It is around 100k thieving experience an hour though, so this is definitely going to be my way to 99 thieving, even if I don't do this for all of my crafting. It's just so frustrating, I can't see myself doing it all the time. One thing I definitely will do for efficiency purposes is anytime I get a full inventory, I can cut it on the way to the bank, and then I cut half the inventory just on the way back to the bank anyway. That really minimizes the time of the actual crafting because it's lossless. One other thing that I actually found that I should do is whenever I get hit and I'm in combat waiting to hop worlds and get out of combat, I can actually cut a couple of gems during that time as well, which means all of my gem cutting for this will be lossless. So it is a lossless 15k experience an hour. It's just really frustrating to do. This is another downside to the thieving grind on stalls. Too many login attempts. Once you've hopped worlds like 400 times or something, you have to wait for your login attempts to come back, and then you restore like 90 hops an hour or something. So I can do this for 4 hours, then I have to stop for another 4 hours, and then I do it again. It's just a bit annoying, isn't it? But while we have our hop limit, let's go and cut some gems. I have a bunch of uncut gems in my bank from the mining grind. As you can see, 1.4k sapphires, 600 emeralds, 300 rubies, and 100 diamonds. Let's cut all of these and see what level we get to. We're starting at 62. Let's see how far we go. There is 63 crafting. I can make green dragonhide armor, if only. All of those gems got me to 66 crafting. Not too bad, honestly. Another method I wanted to try out was flax to the new linen wool. Linen wool came out with sailing, and it's 16 experience each instead of 15 for a bowstring. So it's 1 more experience per flax, which doesn't sound like much, but if you're doing like nearly 1,000 an hour, then that's an extra 1,000 experience an hour. For my current methods, that's quite a lot. Gonna see just how this holds up against these stalls because it's so much more chill. Half AFK when I'm doing the spinning, and then I'm just spamming flax otherwise. It's quite a relaxing grind. So if this is the same as the gem stalls, I may just do this. I am also going to be dropping the linen yarn on the way back to the flax field like this, and then I don't even have to worry about wasting time banking, which is quite nice. It looks like, honestly, that this is very close to the gemstall experience an hour being nearly 14k an hour. That's way more than I expected it to be. And it's so chill that once I hit 99 thieving, this might be my method, honestly. That's kind of crazy. Flax. Oh, what has this come to? It is kind of nostalgic because I did flax to bowstrings as a kid in this exact field, but I don't know how nostalgia will hold up, 100 hours in. There is 67 craft in doing this though, so not too bad, honestly. Yo, there is Rocky. I got the pet. Look at the little guy. There he is, man. He's so cute. I didn't get the mining pet, but I did get the thieving one. Nice.
Yes, that's more like it. One of us. One of us. One of us.
Yeah, I'm still not going to become a Supreme though. Alright, Hannibal? So it's time to end the video off with the end of video summary. As always, we managed to play another 20 days, which is nearly 500 hours since the last episode. With the extra tech found with the deposit box, it definitely sped up the mining part, and that last grind of the mining and smithing after the nature rune chest was faster than I expected, which is cool. And our new goal is 84 crafting for a black dragonhide body, so then we can get rolling again soon. I reckon that grind will probably take me about 3 weeks, and then we'll be rolling again. I will be live streaming it on YouTube, so watch out for that in, about 3 weeks time. And we are closing in on 1700 total, which is honestly very nice. Super stoked with how this account is going, and I'm very excited to keep it going. And as always, thank you so much to the channel members. You can join for as little as £1, and as this is my full-time job, every little bit helps, and it's super appreciated. A huge thank you to the channel members, Super Cow, Dark World Order, Yellow Raven, Me Eat Books at the Godly tier, and everyone else on screen at the other tiers. You guys are legends, and as always, until next time, see ya.